Welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show, episode 60. We forgot episode 19. Whoops. I'm your host, the color. Yeah, we forgot episode 19. I was looking at the channel. There's Adriel, by the way. Say hi, Adriel.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. I was looking at the videos on the channel, and it said 59 videos, and we have 68 shows.
68?
No, 58 shows, I think. Or did I fuck it up even more?
We're one short. I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be the 60th video, so I made it the 60th episode. And then I went back and I noticed that we go to 18 to we go from 18 to 20.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah, I was just curious about it, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where did it go?" And I guess we missed that one.
Gone.
Done. Now we're rectified that. Yeah. Welcome everybody. We have 3 viewers so far. Holy shit! I'm pretty sure that 2 of us is us. Just looking at the chat, and that Manitoba guy.
No,
oh, and Andrew Rodriguez.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. We're in post shot show. Bliss.
Yeah. Yeah. Did anything good come out of SHOT Show? Anything really interesting you see?
Well, the Americans get a bunch of MP5 clones.
Yeah. What about the What about that Mossberg was kind of neat. 20 round mags. 20 rounds. That's a lot. We'll talk about
that Mossberg.
That Mossberg, yeah.
It's a design. It's been designed.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, let's not focus on that quite yet. Let's focus on you, Adriel. What have you been up to in the last week?
Oh, let's see. I guess I gotta pull my notes up here. Well, I'll start with this. I got my C96 stock. So this is a cheap Chinese version, but this is like a stock / holster for the C96 and for this M712 clone. So it's just like a wooden holster that kind of holds this thing. And it's also a shoulder stock for it. So you
Whoa, don't point that gun at us, sir.
Oh, look at that. Oh. So it makes it kind of like that. And then you can put it up in your shoulder and shoot it. Now I've got a magazine here that's got a charged CO2 cylinder in it, but no bullets. And my chamber is empty. So I want to show you guys what this thing is like to shoot. Let's see if it's on single fire. I guess my safety's on. Yeah, so that's just single fire there. And then multi. Something like that.
That's stupid fast, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to my parents' place and wreck a squirrel with this thing.
And you're going to wear a GoPro and be operational while you operate operationally?
Yeah. Excellent. So it's kind of fun, kind of a fun little add-on to I don't want to say a toy because it is a BB gun, but to a toy.
And it's CO2 power, which means it's got that oomph.
Yeah, a little bit of oomph. Well, I'm going for volume of fire here. The actual rounds themselves aren't doing a heck of a lot of damage. I think it's like 360 FPS, so not a terrible amount of stank going on there, but a clip of 18 in about 1.5 seconds. So it should, as long as that squirrel's close, I think it's gonna go pretty quick.
Adriel, I didn't know those were clip-fed magazines.
Clip-a-zines?
Clip-a-zines.
This was the original, a clip-fed magazine. It would have a magazine, and it would be clip-fed through the stripper clip on the top there, but yeah.
Wait, do the sights actually adjust, or is it just for giggles?
The sights do adjust, and the sights are horrible just off the bat. That's the way the original gun was. The sights are horrible. Trying to aim down this thing, that rear sight is like hardly a notch. But when you adjust it out, so that's like close up, and I don't know if you want to shoot someone like 1 kilometer away, you kind of do that kind of thing. Because you need like 1 kilometer volley fire full auto pistol, right? That's a genuine military thing. Yeah, but like these things keep reloading this thing and keep firing it. So in fact, it's kind of fun. It's pretty cheap since they come with the power and the just. What else did I do? I got a GoPro knockoff. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. There it is. Like a Xiaomi E4K. So 4K off kind of a thing. And when I blast up that squirrel, that'll be fun. I 96 that stainless. I think I sold the M14. Maybe one of the guys on IRC might buy that.
Maybe.
I ordered a shotgun. You know that link that I shared out on Reddit today?
Yeah.
I've ordered one of those. It was cheap. It was $250 for a 14-inch pump action with 3 chokes. Yeah, why not? Not last weekend, but the weekend before, I hit the range with a bunch of milsurp. So I hit it with SKS, Mosin, that M14, bunch of other guns, whole bunch of other stuff. With Crypt, one of the IRC listeners, typers, IRC people. IRC peoples. Yeah, it was good. It was good to knock off some of the rust and try some of my milsurps out there. Let's see here. And I put a fancy trigger on my AR. I'm not going to go crack it out, but it was a Elftman match trigger. They've got a really short, like no creep, 0.02 of an inch until the trigger activates, which is nothing. It basically you're just like pressing the pad of your finger against it, and then it's going off. So it's a fantastic trigger. So I've got that in my main AR now, and I've moved the RRA 2-stage national match to my my second AR that's got a red dot on it. So should be good. Should be a good year for 3-gun, I think. But that's pretty much it. I haven't done too much. What about you, Crover?
I also haven't done much in the last week, but a week ago, I got out to the range and I tested my loads. The ones that I was apparently so annoyingly plopping brass on a tin, and it made it sound like I was hitting a car with a hammer, apparently. But yeah, like I was prepping my brass last show, and I was like, I think I was.
Oh, I see.
I was priming, and then I would chuck the shell in a little tin that I had, and people were saying that it sounded like I was smacking a car with a hammer. I don't know what he was hearing, but I guess that's what that sound is. Do you want to shoot Crazy a link on IRC?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
And yeah, I prepped 100 308 rounds to test because I went all out in the testing and I eliminated as many factors. And thanks to you, Adriel, I actually did get results this time. On my last round of testing, I was doing 5-shot groups with 0.3 grain increments of Varget on my Campro 147 grain FMJs. And I was getting nowhere. All the groups looked the same, which that told me that there was something off because it really shouldn't. And that's when you told me, are you crimping? And the die was, in fact, seeding and crimping die. And since the projectiles came with a canilior, I thought maybe I'm supposed to. I don't think so anymore because I got results without crimping.
Cool. So that's, you know, one more thing that you can take off the list in terms of like not like especially for a bolt action rifle, just not necessary, right?
Precisely. And the results, boy, the results speak for themselves, so to speak. The results were these. Here's the beginning of the testing at 43.6, and then we did 0.2 increments, 0.8, 44, 44.2, 44.4, 44.6, 44.8, 45, 45.2, and 45.4. And as you can see, we started out with not a lot of results. Not a lot of results.
Are those 10-shot groups?
Yes.
Are those 10 shots each? Oh, that's incredible for 10-shot groups.
Really? Like you're not just...
No, those are really great results.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I'm liking that center target on the right hand side is beautiful.
Oh wait, it gets better. It gets better because like here is the 45, the 44, and we have like a nice cluster, and then I think I pulled one. The cluster is 0.91 MOA. Then the 44.2 fucks up again. 44.4 is a real big fuck up. 44.6 is starting to tighten up. I don't know what I did with 44.8, but then 45. Oh baby.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So 45 grains gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is this cluster here, and then there is. I know it doesn't look like, but I really do think that this is this 10th one here. That might be a flyer. So if we go off of the one ragged hole, it's 0.84, and if we go off the whole group, even with the potential flyer, that's still 1.04 MOA. And for those of you that are wondering, I was using my Tikka T3 varmint in 308 lefty with a nice heavy barrel, and you're muted, Crazy.
I know I am.
Okay, and I have that on an MDT LSS chassis. It's got the factory trigger, but it's set up to. It's not a super light trigger. I'm gonna guess it's maybe 3 pounds. I could take it down a little more, but I don't know. I haven't bothered with it.
3 pounds is fine. You don't need to go any more than
I know
that.
I know it can be dropped down to like a pound and a half, something stupid like that, but I don't want to do that quite yet. It is wearing a 20 MOA rail, and the rifle has a. Fuck is it? It's a Viper. No, it's a Vortex Viper. 6 to 20 magnification by 50 millimeter. So it's got lots of magnification. It does have a bullet drop reticle, so whatever. It's handy because it actually does kind of work. When I have it seared at 100, I can kind of aim with the second hash, and it gives the point of impact with the 308 at 200. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's a good rifle scope combo. The Vortex Viper PSTs and the 6 to... Is it 6 to 20 or 6 to 24?
No, it's 6 to 20.
6 to 20? Like that's a good magnification range for like a precision rifle kind of work. Do you guys have a PRS shoots out where you're at there?
I'm not sure if on the island, but Pixis is on the mainland, and obviously they got shitloads of that over there.
Yeah,
all around the Vancouver.
Well, I mean,
area.
there's like F class, and there's like laying down stuff, and then there's like PRS is more typically like you're shooting from different positions. You're shooting on steel. I don't know if they run around very much, but there's definitely different shooting styles to go with it.
Yeah, all the testing that I did before, that was off a Cadwell the Rock rest with a rear bag. And what the hell was I going to say? Yes, I'm using shit bulk projectiles. These are not Sierra Matchkins. They're not. They're Campro bulk 147 grain copper plated. They're not even copper jackets.
No, they can't be copper plated. They'll be FMJs.
They're a total metal jacket, so they basically, as far as I understand, coat the whole thing.
Oh,
and a very
no,
thin layer
not a
of
rifle
copper.
bullet. No, they can't do rifle bullets in a TNJ.
You might be right.
I know that with pistol bullets. Like
their pistol bullets are plated, but you might be. I think you're right, Adriel. I think it's an FMJ.
Yeah.
These projectiles, they were in
cheap.
147 grains. 47 grains. I think I weighed them. I think they varied between 149 and 147, with more in the ballpark of 148. So I don't know if that's uncommon.
You bothered to weigh them all.
I didn't weigh them all. I took a sample of about 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about to fucking go all out. I mean, I went all out in the fucking powder measure. Okay.
Start volume. Going to start measuring the volume of your cases too.
Look, I'm not in elixir levels of snobbery or that, but I was, because on the first time that I did this test, I was doing like 0.5 increments, and I was doing 3-shot groups, and I just fucking blew my loads all over the paper, and I mean, I got some really funny results. And that's when I decided to take a really good look at what my powder thrower was doing. And my powder thrower is just a powder thrower that came with the Rock Chucker Supreme kit, which is just the RCBS green one that you can put on a stand.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell the name of it is.
Is it a drum style? It's got like a little flippy thing there.
A little drum style. And I was looking at it, and I don't know if it's just that Varget throws that way, but Varget was throwing like within like 0.5 grains sometimes, or 0.3.
Horrible.
No, I can't remember. It wasn't acceptable for what I was doing, because if I was doing literally 0.5 increments and I was either going like 0.3 one way or 0.3 the other way, that's a 0.6.
Yeah, 0.5 of a grain is not acceptable.
Even when I was doing it with what the fuck, H4895 in my Mauser, I was having plus minus 0.0, like plus minus 0.1.
Yeah, that's acceptable. Plus minus 0.1
I don't know
is
what
acceptable.
it was. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was just Varget doesn't throw very well.
Yeah.
But so what I ended up doing is I would get it really close, like within like 0.5 of a grain. Then I would reach it, because I was wearing gloves. I would reach into the powder throw, grab a couple of grains, and just sprinkle it on the on the thing. And I did that for 100 projectiles.
So if you get the rifle or the pistol die kits with Lee, they'll have this little yellow dipper, and those are nice for doing that, because then you can at least like scoop a half scoop and then just kind of tap it against your hand, and it'll slowly like drop them in there. So it's got a little scoop that you can use.
Yeah.
But that's why there's such a thing as a powder trickler as well.
There is, and I
like
looked at one,
hopper.
one, and they're like $200. So it's like,
don't fucking buy one. Buy the RCBS 1500 Charge Master. It'll do both. You punch in the number, it trickles the powder into the pan, weighs it, and then you take it off and you're done. And you do that.
I was also looking at one of those, but it's also like $300.
Yeah, but then at least it's doing a step for you, right? And it's doing a step while you're not doing anything. Well, while you're doing something else, right? So you put the pan in the thing, and you say, give me some powder, and then you go off and you load the bullet into the other cartridge that you just charged. Then you take that one off, you put your other case on, and by the time you're done that, this other one's like your pan's fold up, drop it in, and then keep going, right? So it's it makes you like a lot faster.
It does, but I was
and they're
doing
like
just fine. I was doing just fine with my little pinch, just a little pinch of Varget on every projectile. And sometimes I gotta say, like I was literally adding maybe like 4, 5, 6 specks of Varget powder every time to get it to be right where I was wanting it.
I mean, the easiest thing here sounds like find a different powder that throws better.
Yeah, but I have fucking 8 pounds of Varget, so what the hell am I gonna do?
Varget's good too.
Yeah,
I mean, you're getting good results.
Fuck yeah, I am. And yeah, so I did that, and that was literally 100 rounds of that. I was also watching my seating depth. I was trying to make sure that I was doing it correctly, and what I found out is what the fuck was I doing? Yeah, when you told me not to crimp it, I was like, okay, so I backed off the die a bunch, and then I put the new lock ring there, and then I was seating the bullets just using the seating stem. But I was getting really big fluctuations in the seating depth. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So what I figured out was when I backed off the die and was just using the seating stem, it wasn't really centering it all the way, because it does use the body of the die to kind of guide the projectile into the case. So what I did is I just backed it off enough to stop it from crimping. Like I literally just backed it off like a half a turn to make sure that I was not crimping at all, but it was still using the die as almost as it was intended to be done completely, which is a seating and crimping die. And that got rid of a lot of the fluctuations that I was having in seating depth. Overall length, because I'm not playing with seating depth. Never mind.
Yeah. Sometimes if you run a compressed load, you'll get problems there as well if you don't crimp, because the powder might be exerting like different pressure on the bullet.
Yeah, and and actually at 45, I think it's at 45 or something or other, it starts being a compressed load for Varget. But yeah, clearly there's results. I mean, the fucking picture speaks for itself. The fucking picture, literally, it's like it's all over the fucking place, and then they have one ragged hole at 45. So that's a result.
Going with that. Yep.
And I texted Pixis, the long range precision shooter on Canada Guns, and he's like, "That's awesome, but." And I'm going to show you guys this again. He told me something that I did not notice before. He told me, oh, yeah, I like 45, but I also like 43.6. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He said, it's because it's almost a mimic, a mirror. It's a mirror. It almost looks the exact same. If you look at this, at the 44, at the 45, and you look at the 43.6, they do have kind of a similar look. It's a cluster with a flagger. And he said that that might be another accuracy node, that there is an accuracy node at 43.6 and there's an accuracy node at 45.
But so go with 45 because it's more power.
Exactly. That's what I was going to do. But if I was being really, really snowflakey and I had, for example, a fucking, what the fuck is it? The measuring speed of the projectile.
Oh, chronograph.
A chronograph. Then I could be looking at that and seeing if there is really that much of a performance gain versus like maybe at the 43 there is less fuckery. You know, the fucking long range precision guys know what the hell they're talking about. And
well, I mean, if you're shooting at like 100 or 200 yards, then like who cares, right? What's a grain or two between friends?
Yeah,
I'd go with the shorter or the smaller one because it saves you more powder, which lets you load more rounds.
Yeah, but I have 8 pounds of Vargets. Who the fuck cares?
But hey, that's probably going to be like another 30 rounds you can load if you go with the lower grade.
Dude, I will make a little like finishing the bottle of Varget party when I fucking finish that thing. I don't foresee myself going through that. Even though I say that, I did technically go through 2 full powder thrower funnels, loading 100 rounds of Varget into 308 cases. Yep. So that's a volume. It's volume. And, you know, eventually if I load like 2,000 rounds of Varget, maybe I will get there. Actually, you know, I can probably do the math right now because there's 7,000 grains in a pound.
Yep.
So 7,000 times 8 divided by, let's see, 45 grains. That's 1,200 308 rounds.
Oh, it's so many.
So yeah, that's a lot of Varget to load. That's a lot of rounds to load, and I don't have that many projectiles. I only have 250 of those shit camper projectiles, which is where this all got started. I am using.
Well, you can't say they're shit camper projectiles anymore. You're getting like under MOA with like a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, but this is me being like way too into this, I think. Like it did take me like 4 hours of just actually I don't know how long it's taken me to prepare the brass because I had to I was being not as like snobby as I could be preparing my brass as I could because I didn't clean the primer pocket. I deprimed and then I tumbled. So I let
heathen. You didn't clean the primer pocket?
I was looking at the primer pocket cleaning tool and I was looking at the case. It's like, why would I fucking spend 5 seconds shoving this into its ass and giving it a twist and chucking it back when it literally doesn't seem to be doing that much of a cleaning job? I'm not sure what the result is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be perfectly spec free?
No. It scrapes off any visible carbon, so you'll get like a couple little flakes off of it, and that's it.
I mean, I'm guessing the tumbler got some of that shit off. I mean, I wasn't measuring flash hole sizes because that's.
You don't measure.
I wasn't weighing the cases and like measuring the volume of each case. I'm using not second hand, like shot twice. Oh no, shot one. What? Yeah, once fired. PMC bronze brass. Okay, I'm not using Lapua match brass here. The only part that was being supremely snobby about is even though I was reading about it that you don't have to until it exceeds max overall case length, I trim my brass before I used it so that
I trim all my stuff too. It makes it a pain in the ass if you don't.
Well, I'm not. I don't know because I read a post on Reddit where some guy was literally asking is, do you guys trim your 308 brass before loading? And they're like, no, not unless the 308 brass is over the max overall case length, and most that would seem to be the consensus is like nobody bothers until the brass stretches past that point.
So that's fine, but like, okay, you've got 50 rounds. Some of them exceed, some of them don't.
Well, no, I would measure all the rounds to make sure that they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the cases to make sure they didn't. And if some of them did, I might just go, okay, fuck it. If half of them are fucking exceeding the limits, might as well just trim it all back to. I think they say like take it back like 7/1000ths of an inch.
Well, there's a spec that you cut them to.
Yeah.
Say if you're gonna trim, you might as well trim it all uniform. Because I know when I loaded my 8mm, when I loaded my 8mm, I didn't bother trimming any of it. I just didn't give a shit. But then I noticed that Winchester and Cellier Balot brass is different heights. And I could tell that when I seated the bullets because you can see more of the cannelure on the Winchester brass than you can on the Cellier Balot brass.
Yeah, I'm sure that has. I mean, that might have something to do with like neck tension or something. I have no idea.
A little bit of neck tension, or if you do crimp, you definitely need a uniform length on your brass.
Yeah,
it's a bolt action. I didn't crimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that's what I was saying earlier. Crazy. I crimped my second round of loads, and that's what gave me really fucky results. And then Adriel suggested you skip it, and then that's when I got actual results. Yeah. So if I was loading for a BCL 102, I might crimp. But if I'm loading for my fucking Tikka, I don't think I'm going to be crimping anytime soon for that. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you can get some MOA accuracy with Camper projectiles for anybody that cares. Yay.
How much of that stuff do you have?
Actually, you know what? I bought a pack of 250 from Proline Shooters in Calgary. Campro sells boxes of 500, and I guess they just split the box in half and put it in a bag. And yeah, I thought that was a little more manageable than trying to go all out and buy 500 of the fucking projectiles. And if they turn out to be shit, then I have literally a pile of shit projectiles. But if I can really dial this down, and I'm going to be following Pix's advice and your advice, I'm going to be playing with seating depth next. And maybe I can dial this down. If I can dial this down like another half an inch and I can get half MOA groups with bulk shit projectiles, I'll pat myself on the back and buy myself a beer.
Have you tried shooting like a known good load through that rifle, like gold medal match or anything like that?
I've actually done not an extensive but kind of a ammo test on that rifle. Mm-hmm. The reason that I bought 147 grain FMJs was because I saw really good results out of the Hertenberger Austrian Surplus 147 grain. That shit shot like a son of a bitch. I had lots of sub MOA groups with that. But the best group that I got, Adriel, I didn't have fancy ammo. I had PMC bronze, which shot, it hit the paper and it was in a group. And I shot Wolf Tula. That shit it's kind of funny. That shit, it's steel cased. It doesn't group in a single hole, but it will make the same group no matter if you shoot it quickly or fast. It is literally, you're going to get a cluster of impacts, 2.5 inches at 100 yards, but it's going to be
no
the
matter
same
if you shoot it quickly or fast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just cranking it out, like bang, cycle the bolt, bang, cycle the bolt, bang, cycle the bolt, and taking your time, it does the same. It was really weird just how consistent but not accurate that ammo is.
I've managed to shoot at 100 yards. I've shot MOA with Barnaul 223.
Yeah, but it's 308. I don't know if there's maybe something different in there. And Adriel, the one that actually shot the best, I did try some game loads, some soft point Remington and soft point Federal. The best group that I ever got out of that rifle was, again, a 3-shot group, so all the snobs are going to say, oh, it's not 5 or 10 shots, so fuck you. It was 180 grain Federal blue box.
180 grain Federal blue box.
I got a .28 MOA.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
you couldn't do any better with that one. So
it's a hole with like the 3 outsides of a
Mickey Mouse, right? It's got the ears and.
I'm gonna try this picture because it looks good. Yeah, that's the best that rifle has ever done. Where the hell? Oh yeah, there you are. Yeah, .28 MOA.
How many groups did you shoot with that stuff?
That's the thing. I only had like half a box, so I shot I think I shot like a group of 5. That was a little bit. It was still, I think, sub MOA. I might have taken a picture of it, but yeah. This is the best group that I've ever shot out of this rifle.
Yeah, well, that's one of the really cool things about shooting those round groups. Is that you really get to see.
There it is.
Yep.
That was very sexy, and I was quite impressed by that. Trying to think if there's anything else that I did with that rifle that was significant. No, that's basically it. In terms of ammo testing, that's what I've done with that rifle. And yeah, it's seating depth shenanigans after this.
Cool.
Hey,
yeah, Tracy, I mean, it's looking really good. You might want to try some gold medal match just to, that's like $50 a box, but you will see it should give you like a really good high point in terms of like what your accuracy could be with that rifle. And you may find out that your reloads are more accurate than you can get with that stuff, or about the same.
But Adriel, I already have superior technology. I don't need to spend money on anything.
Technology is what you've got there.
Oh, well, if you want to speak about technology here.
Yeah, but hey, I haven't talked about this one. You hold off, crazy. I got this. I look at it. It's silver. Yeah.
It's shiny. You got a shiny gat now.
As a whole bunch of fuds go, don't you rack the slide on an empty chamber.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yes, apparently.
What if you dry fires it?
Chamber.
Oh, okay. Okay, check it out. It's empty. Empty, Reedy. Check out this fucking trigger. Oh.
Boom!
Watch the reset. Watch the reset. Watch the reset. Oh! There it is. Yeah, I shot it last like a week ago. I took that and the tikka with me, and I went to the range and I spent 6-7 hours there.
Isn't the CZ so much better than the P320?
I am a trigger queen. I'm not gonna deny it. I was complaining. Yeah, the striker on it is. Then I tried this thing and it's like, and just like Chad said, just like Janitor said, writing the reset on that. Oh, holy shit!
You can get some accidental double taps sometimes. Yeah.
Other than the fact that this thing is sweet and it's shiny, I switched the mag release to the wrong side, according to most people.
Yeah.
I shoot it lefty simply because I have a better left eye than a right eye. That's literally it. I am right eye dominant, but my left eye is just better than my right eye. And I found out that you cannot get an ambi slide release because I guess this thing is just too small to tap it and put a slide release on the other side. It is also the takedown lever, so if you wanted to take it down, you would literally have to unscrew that paddle that you screw to the other side.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time, really. And yes, Tracy, you have something Czech in your hands, don't you?
Let me just say, when Delask says these are new old surplus, they fucking mean I can't close this. But guess what could be sitting inside this comedically sized holster?
Hey! Oh, that's cool.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, let me turn the safety off. It actually locks it shut if you have the safety on.
That is sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, what do you grab onto?
You can get
There's
extended
two nubs.
Yeah.
Right here. And
have you never played with one of those, Adriel?
I can't say I have.
So, neat.
Yeah, one interesting thing, like I mentioned, the safety will actually lock the hold open in place. And when you have the hold open locked in place, it'll actually lock the bolt shut as well. So you can't cycle this thing without the safety on. But yeah, this is the CSA one. So this is Czech, not the Zastava from Serbia. It's in 32. So evil little, baby killing Saturday Night Special caliber. That's exactly why I bought it.
$1,000 gun.
This actually cost me $750 shipped.
Okay.
So not too bad there. Yeah, the sights are comedic. They're 75, and if I can get it to flip, it really does not want to flip on me here.
10-round mags, 5-round mags.
5. It's a rifle. Obviously, if it wasn't a rifle, it would be prohibited.
But if you wanted to, and you could get one, if you got a long enough barrel on that thing, it would be non-restricted.
It would be non-restricted, yeah. Then the second sight's 150 on this thing, so it's 75 and 150. Yeah, right, with a 32. Excuse me. But yeah, I actually calculated how long you would need to make the barrel in this, because the barrel's like half of it's inside the receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like there still. Like, yeah. So in order to make this 26-inch overall length as well, with the stock still being able to fold, you would need a 22-inch barrel. Otherwise, you have to weld the stock open. In order to take the barrel out, though, you got to punch out that, and I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, 5-round mags. It came with 3 mags, 1 pinned 10 and 2 pinned 20s, and then Delask had some like ridiculous sale on magazines, so I bought 2 more 10 rounds, 4 more 20 rounds, a 2-mag pouch, and a holster, and it cost me like $107.
Ooh,
you gotta shoot an IPSC match with that thing now.
I was saying, man, you gotta go up for a 3-gun match. Run it in both rifle and pistol.
Yeah, well, in 3-gun, there's such a thing as PCC. So that would definitely be a PCC that you could run.
Let me see if I can get this stock to close now. It's a bit of a... There we go.
Why don't you show us the... Yeah, there you go. There's a pistol.
And then rifle.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Why don't you show us the takedown on that thing? How do you get in there? And
so takedown on this is you take the bolt out, you press this over. You have to have the safety off, by the way. And then you pull this forward and tilt.
Oh, yeah, I love tilting.
And then you can slide the bolt out. You can slide this up, then you got to take these nubs off because there's a slightly elongated hole back here. Take the nubs off, and then I didn't bother trying to fuck with any of this because it's all held in there by pins. But yeah, I don't really feel like taking the bolt out right now, but that's how you do it. And then getting it all back in there. Closes up real nice, real quick.
So what's it like being a cosplayer for a Czech tank gunner?
I don't know. I heard that they also use this in East Germany for political assassinations, so that sounds a bit more interesting to cosplay as. East German terrorists.
How's the trigger?
Like that, huh? Hey.
There we go. It sounds very, very quiet when the hammer falls. I'm actually almost concerned. But the trigger...
Put a round in it. Let's see if it goes off.
Yeah, no. The reset is like the whole length of the...
so the thing. Striker, so.
Yeah. No, it is a hammer. It's a hammer.
Oh. Huh.
So I don't think it should be too much of a problem, considering it is a hammer falling onto it, even though it sounds kind of weak. If it is, I guess I'll have to order that parts kit from
also, we got to realize we're talking about 32 ACP. We're not talking about like huge, hard 50 cal primers here.
I forgot to go and grab the ammo, and I'm not going to bother getting up out of my chair.
That's okay. It's better.
The good thing is, after leaving the mag in this thing now, it's actually a lot easier to take them out, because this thing was a huge pain in the ass to take the mags out of when I first got it. It's just
it's worn in now.
I haven't even gotten to shoot this thing yet.
Well, I guess you've been playing around with it then?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's honestly just been sitting there waiting for the stupid register to show up because the company didn't give me the transfer papers. in the package, so now I have to wait for the register to show up. And I'm hoping it does by this weekend because I really want to go shoot this thing.
Kupacek says it's between 2.6 and 4 pounds of force. Which is
he
pretty
might have
decent.
actually measured because he has one of these too, if I'm not mistaken. And the gun does have a hold open button here as well for the bolt. So if you want to pull it back and hold it open with the mag out, you can just press up on that button.
That is so cute. It's adorable. Did you watch the Gun Jesus video on it?
Oh, of course, I watched the Gun Jesus video on it. That's one of the things that was like made me go, okay, I'm finally gonna get this thing because it's like it looks so cool. I wish I could get it in full auto. Oh my god, it looked so much fun for him to just even sitting there with one hand and he's fucking.
Yeah, Adrian, did you see that video?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, for those viewers that haven't seen this video that we're talking about, Forgotten Weapons made a video on a full auto version of this, the original full auto version of this PDW. I guess it's considered a PDW.
It would be, yeah, PDW. It's like the purest sense of the word. Like this is issued to tank and artillery crews that they didn't want to give a full rifle, or that they needed a bit more than a pistol.
Yeah, the interesting part about that gun is that it's actually not really a blowback operated gun. It's got some really weird check magic, and it is technology, and it is, I don't know, piston delayed.
Kinda, yeah. This one's not because it's a civilian version, so CSA just went fuck it. We don't want to bother. The Zastava ones that you can get from Tech Imports apparently still have that functionality, even though it's useless in a semi-auto because it was a rate limiter for full auto fire. But the CSA, like, they've got the hole drilled in the receiver and all that for the piston tube, but they don't have anything cut out of the bolt for it, and they don't have anything going up through it. It's literally just that thing holds the grip on.
Yeah, what the piston that we're talking about, it's not anywhere that you think it is. It's actually in the grip. And what it does, if I remember correctly, because this thing is fucking, it's technology, seriously. The bolt flies back and engages two hooks that push. What the fuck does it? Does it push it down?
Yeah, it pushes it down and then back up. And when it comes back up, it disengages the hooks and lets the bolt go forward.
Yeah.
I think. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, when it flies back, the hooks get engaged and it holds onto it for a little bit longer, and then as the piston travels downwards with the force of the bolt flying back and transferring so much energy, then the piston starts flying back up, and as it comes back up, the hooks disengage and the bolt is free to move forward again. If seriously, go look it up on the Forgotten Weapons channel.
Yeah, apparently if you put a heavier piston or a lighter piston, you can control the rate of fire.
Yeah, the thing is, seriously, it's magic. He goes full auto with the 20-round mag, like a full mag dump, and the thing doesn't move.
If some fucking magic happens and we end up with a conservative government who actually repeals the mag laws, I'm going to have so much fun going broke with this gun. Oh my god. Fucking drilling the rivets out of the 20-rounders, just load them up and fucking go broke.
Yeah, because 32 ACP is, if you're not aware, is,
$25 for 50 is the cheapest I found it.
Ugh.
And that's a Tenda.
$5 for 50. Oh yeah,
I would reload. Right? Reload that stuff.
I'm planning on keeping the brass for it. Everyone that I can find. Yeah,
50 cents. F that.
Yeah, it's expensive. If 32 pistols were not illegal, it would be a hell of a lot cheaper because 32 is a really popular round for self-defense in the States.
Huh.
If we can get 32 pistols up here, I'm willing to bet 32 ACP probably be about as cheap as 9mm.
Yeah, but hey, no James Bonding because apparently Saturday Night Specials are just that big of a problem here in Canada.
Well, they got rid of a lot of guns, so it was somewhat strategic as well. They got rid of like a ton, just in one fell swoop. So
I heard
it was a good move.
I heard it was about 56% of handguns in the country.
Holy shit! Really?
Yep. I heard, and bear in mind, this is, from random people on CGN from the 90s. You can't verify any of this crap anymore. But I heard the RCMP were told ban about half the handguns in the country. and they went through a couple iterations of what do we ban, and one of them I heard was 89 millimeter barrel and 22 caliber being illegal, but that would have banned like 70% of handguns apparently, just because of the 22 cal ban. So they ended up, when they got to what they have now, that was about 50. It was 56% of the handguns in the country at the time. So they're like, okay, that's good. Do that.
Huh. That's an interesting. I mean, it's kind of smart in its own.
And you know how they knew that? Because there was a registry in place since 1934 for handguns.
Hey, that's an excellent segue, Crazy.
I didn't even realize I was segueing into the Quebec Long Gun Registry.
Yeah, for those of you unlucky enough to still be in Quebec, you have to register your guns. Except it doesn't seem like you can, because the online capability store to do that thing, it doesn't seem to be working. But you do have until the end of the year to register those guns that you totally own. On the other hand, maybe you don't have any long guns.
Or maybe you go to Ontario every 44 days, because apparently you only need to register the firearm if it's in Quebec for more than 45 consecutive days. So maybe you go to Ontario every 44 days, and then the gun's not in Quebec every day, every consecutive 45 days.
Yep.
Or maybe you just wait for the NFA's court challenge to go through to the Supreme Court.
That's not going to go anywhere.
Well,
I would love if it does.
I remember
what are they challenging it on?
They're challenging it on Quebec's government not having the authority to regulate it, because it's the federal government's jurisdiction for criminal law, is what I recall. So it's not specifically a charter violation, but another constitutional violation.
That might work.
Yeah, a judge in Quebec already said no. That's not it, because public safety is the jurisdiction of the province, apparently. So they're appealing to the Supreme Court, which of course will just make Quebec angry again when they lose, because Quebec always gets angry when they lose in the Supreme Court and don't get to have their way. But they asked for an injunction, and apparently the injunction wasn't going to be heard until after the deadline, or after the start of the registry system. So they're asking for an injunction to prevent the registry system from coming into force until after the case is heard by the Supreme Court. So that apparently wasn't going to be heard until after obviously it started on Monday. I don't think they're getting it heard for like another week or two still. So basically just don't register your guns. You have a year anyway, and just wait.
Yep. Just wait.
Don't step on Snack.
Other than reading, the other bit of news that's related to Canada and laws before we go into the SHOT Show, what the fuck, section of this show, is that the proposed gun legislation of the Liberals has yet again been pushed back to the spring session. Apparently, I was reading the article, that very first time that they talked about implementing that was in 2015, and then it's been talked about in September 2016, then in October 2017, and then in November they said it was going to be in the near future, and then they said maybe in the spring session, which is coming up in February to June, I think. So yeah, that's just maybe they'll do something. Woo!
It's in their party platform. So everyone's been nagging them on the party platform. It's in your platform. It's in your platform. But so is electoral reform.
Yeah, in that same article, actually, there was an update that I did not hear about, and I'm sure somebody would have appreciated hearing about it. The UN markings legislation, the implementation of that was actually pushed back again to mid this year. And, everybody was shitting their pants last year about it. And they said that it was going to come in, and it was going to come in, and it was going to come in. But apparently it was pushed back again to mid-time this year. So, well, there you go.
But then, of course, every rumor on every gun Facebook group that pops up then on the CCFR's Facebook group is, oh, another gun group said they're going to pin every mag to 5. When's this happening? They're going to introduce the legislation next week.
Yeah, that happens regularly everywhere. That happens at the gun range. That happens on the CCFR's Facebook page. That happens on, and it's always the same. my brother. There's another discussion over here on this. It's like, who's saying this?
I went to the gun store and they said he knows someone in Ottawa.
Yeah.
No,
or my favorite one now will be, I know a guy in the CBSA that said.
Well, after what the CBSA just did with these deadly prohibited fucking weapons here, you know.
Yeah, but I'm actually it's kind of related to that. I was referring to that one post that we saw on Canada Guns about the guy. Yeah, I have a guy that worked for the CBSA. He said all 10-round mags are going to be banned or something like that. You guys remember that post?
No.
Oh, it was glorious.
The thing is, okay, so there's so many conspiracy theories out there. Like I think in order to have a theory and to be heard, you need to be specific and you need to have a date. And if you don't have either of those, you don't get to claim it, because there's too many people saying, "Oh, the 10-round mags are going to get banned, or this is going to get banned, or there's a rifle that's going to get banned." Eventually, like a broken clock's wrong, like right twice a day, right? Someone's eventually going to be right on something, and they should be putting up more.
Yep. Oh, totally unrelated. Buddy of mine is accessing or has access to a 3D printer, so he's seen about 3D printing a VZ61, whatever the hell your gun is.
Scorpion.
Yeah. He had the part. Oh no, he knew a guy with a parts kit for one of those, and then he was about to, or he knew the guy was about to finish building a lower for it, and then the legislation came in, or what the fuck am I talking about? It's not legislation. The interpretation of the legislation by the RCMP was put forth that was considered a fully automatic firearm and a prohibited device for having the British lawyer. So he's saying, like, if it could literally be manufactured at once in one sitting, is it a full auto? And the RCMP guy that he talked to said, I have no idea. Let me give you the number of the lab tech.
Is this Tyler we're talking about? Because I know Tyler did this too.
No.
Yeah, I know Tyler called the lab and asked about this, and I said, look, the reason 80% lowers were banned is because supposedly it's really easy to mill aluminum into fully automatic fuck yourself. But with a 3D printer, when you tell it to print from the CAD file, that's all it's ever going to make. You have given it the specifications in the CAD file, it will build to those specifications. So unless you gave it full auto specifications, you're only building a restricted firearm. There's no easy converting to whatever bullshit crap they said. And the other funny thing too,
soldering iron out and then reform.
Yeah, or take a nail file and grind some of the plastic off. But the other thing with the 80% lowers is they're only prohibited in the 80% form. When you get it to 100% finished, then you've done it, and it's now a restricted firearm because it's not converted to whatever the fuck. Of course, no one's ever going to like let that go through, and I think the RCMP would shit on you if you tried. But when you think about it logically, once you've completed that lower, like they say it's 80% lowers are prohibited because it can be made into whatever. But when you go and make that into the 100% lower, it's like, well, it's not. So this is a restricted firearm. Register it.
All I'm gonna say about is that this is stupid. I hope somebody challenges it, and I'll give you $5 maybe if you decide to take it to court. I think that's it for Canada news.
I got a couple things at the bottom there. Let's see. SJ's doing that new group concept group buy website.
Hey, put that up on the on screen share.
Do I even have? Hey, look at that! I do. Okay, let's get that thing on screen share. And the way I do that is with that guy right there. There's the group buy website. So the idea is if he gets like, hey, I can buy 25 to 50 of these things. I need at least 15. Buy some, and then if I get enough people, we'll sell them. So these are like $330, $350, somewhere around there, and he's selling them for $250. So I guess a bunch of people buy it once, and it's cheaper.
Those guys
this looks
nice.
Like one of the. It's a Canuck Defender / Turkish pump action 12 gauge, right?
It's a Turkish Wonder Gut.
Yep. But for 250, like I don't really, I don't, it's not like I really need this. I totally don't need this shotgun, but it's 14 inches and it's pumping. It's so cute. And I kind of want one.
I wish I had 250 just to throw out and go, I kind of want one.
I kind of want one. I sold a couple of guns anyways, so I've got a little bit to throw around. Do you want me to pull up the reformation? You want to do that one?
Pull it up. You're already open. Might as well.
All right. Here we go. There is the
completely idiotic news.
So it's not a gun because it's got straight rifling, and it uses a little Nerf football for a bullet.
Now, for those of you that are not familiar with U.S. gun laws, basically, if you have a smooth bore, which is if there is no rifling, then it's considered a shotgun, and then if you get a short enough barrel, then it's a short barrel shotgun. If it's got rifling, in the traditional sense, and there's an important word in there, traditional says being that if the rifling spins and imparts and it imparts a centrifugal force to the projectile and causes to stabilize the projectile, then it's considered a rifled firearm. So it could be either a pistol or a rifle. But this thing doesn't have a smooth bore, and it does not have spiraling rifling. It just literally has straight rifling, which is to say they cut straight lines down the barrel.
And that's just so that it's a weird
classified as a
any
firearm.
other weapon.
It's classified as a firearm. It does not fall under the category of rifle, pistol, or shotgun, so it cannot be a short barrel rifle or a short barrel shotgun, and therefore you can attach a stock to it. And it is not a pistol, so therefore you can attach a vertical foregrip in front of it.
Yeah, so here in Canada, we would just run like a 10-inch AR barrel and call it a day. It's restricted anyways, but there they use Nerf footballs.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason why Americans would want to do this is because when you get below 18 inches in a shotgun barrel and 16 inches in a rifle barrel, you then have to pay the government $200 and register your firearm and wait like half a fucking year for the registration paperwork to come back.
Now, there's a thing to mention. Why is it shaped like a Nerf football? Because since the rifling is not imparting a spin on the projectile, this thing keyholes at 50 meters.
I heard someone say that it gets like 6 MOA with a traditional 223.
Yeah, it's gonna.
That's not terrible. MOA? That's SKS quality. A little bit worse than an SKS.
Yeah, and if you buy who the fuck makes this? I can't even remember who makes this. It's whoever makes this rifle also makes that ammo, and with that Nerf football ammo, you can get like 1 MOA.
1 MOA? I thought it was like 2 or 3.
No, I heard them advertise it as an MOA gun with the Nerf footballs.
Yeah. It's 1 MOA.
How much of your case volume are you taking up with that fucking fin on that
powder
thing?
goes all around the fins. It's fine.
Wouldn't it like burn? Yeah, I can't believe that thing would get 1 MOA. Real hard.
This thing. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, and above all the idioticness, it's got a funky an echo trigger, which means it fires a round when you press the trigger back, and when you release the trigger, it fires another round.
Oh, it's a binary trigger. Yeah.
And that model with the binary trigger is $2,000.
Ouch.
I think at that point it's cheaper to build yourself a short-barreled rifle and pay the fucking tax stamp.
It indeed 100% is.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to...
That was enough of that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's enough of that. I'm kind of interested in seeing what these look like. Have you guys seen these retro rifles that Brownells is bringing out?
I have. It is. Oh, baby.
Oh, with a wood stock, too?
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Now, what everyone's wondering is, will this be a classic AR-10 or will this be an upscaled AR-15 AR-10?
And that's one of the things that I was actually wondering. If maybe the reason that who the fuck is bringing these in?
Wolverine.
Wolverine's bringing them in.
Wolverine wants to bring these in, and maybe in putting forth a current production original design of an AR-10, maybe they can get a reinterpretation of its restricted status, because right now the AR-10 is classified as an AR-15 variant.
There's actually a very good reason for that. It's because every AR-10 on the market right now is an AR-15 variant.
Yeah. So if we can get an original pre-AR-15 AR-10 platform readily available, maybe we can get the RCMP to reconsider its stance on that.
You do know that NEA already set precedents for this, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about like an actual one.
That's literally what the NEA 102 is they modeled it after the Dutch AR 102, which was an AR-10 platform made in the Netherlands.
Yeah, but this is
now we can get some that have a top charger. They got that little charging handle on the top.
That's the thing, is whether this is designed, because if this is designed after original full auto AR-10 models, like design patents, but without the full auto parts in them, then it'll be non-restricted. But if it's
maybe they'll be cheap.
Yeah,
maybe the price on them will be really good,
better than the fucking NEA 102.
Oh, I guess that's also another update. NEA decided that, we're actually going to sell upper and lower receiver sets, and then they said we're going to charge $1,000 because Maccabee did, and then everybody told them that they're assholes for doing that, and then they're like, okay, sorry, we're going to charge $800 for them.
Yeah, still $200 too expensive.
Well, dude, I'm paying $1,000.
But $800 for a lot of guys were buying that and being like, man, I'm just going to replace all this stuff anyways because I'm going to make like a wicked AR-10 sniper rifle, right? So if you're gonna replace all this stuff anyways, now you can save a little bit of money, right?
Yeah, and then you don't have to sit there trying to peddle the parts that you just took off your brand new rifle.
Yeah. Let's see. The H9 is coming into Canada. CanadaGuns is bringing in the Hudson H9.
What is that?
You're gonna like this, crazy.
Oh no!
It's a 1911 with a. Ew. It's striker fired, right?
What is is that a light built into the gun on the front or something?
No. Recoil spring housing.
What?
It's there. I shit you not. I'm pretty sure it's there just to weigh down the front of the gun and make it better at competitions. Yeah,
this is like a pretty ideal gamer pistol for competition. It's got a very low bore axis for a 1911 style grip. It's got supposed to be an excellent trigger on it. They're quite pricey though.
And when you run out of ammo, you can just run up and beat your target with the front of it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
it works exactly like a club should. Just like this thing. This thing's heavy. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. What else we got here?
I
think all the RDBs are coming into Canada. Those will be $1,500.
That was a surprisingly cheap price.
Yeah. I kind of want one, but I kind of don't want one.
We already went over that one, Adriel.
What's that?
We already went over this one.
We did this one. Okay. Well, then I am done.
Then I think we're done.
Have we got over top post of the last week, whatever?
I was looking at it. Oh, wait a minute. We actually do have a couple of things. Oh, Jesus, I forgot about it. Oh, God. Looks like Mossberg had a moment of clarity, I guess. Mag-fed shotguns and the mobs.
Oh, God, that thing.
Yeah, it's something.
It's better than the Remington.
It's better than the Remington, yes.
Remington has a mag-fed shotgun too.
Yes, they actually announced theirs before Mossberg did, but Mossberg.
It's crazy. Better. You're gonna like it. The Remington one. It literally looks like they took a regular 870 and then they like drilled a magwell, a clamp-on magwell to the bottom of the ejection port.
So it looks like a Dominion Arms Grizzly,
but worse.
Yeah.
How did Remington make something worse than the Chinese knocking them off did?
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
then Mossberger's like, yeah, well, fuck you guys. We're going to do a double stack magazine fed.
That explains why it looks so stupid.
Yeah, it's
really dumb. Yeah, but 20 round mags.
Yeah, that
fuck 20.
That's
20 round mags. Like we're talking about this for 3-gun and like you just need 2 mags. 2 mags, you're good to go. You'll never need more than that.
Mossberg releases a 930 that takes the same mags and fucks the Canadian market up the ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that would fuck us up so bad if they did that.
There was also this. This was just in the firearms blog.
That with the silencer and everything like that.
Oh yeah, that's sexy. I kind of like that. I kind of like it. It's totally an abomination on on John Moses Brown and his spinning on his grave, but whatever. That thing is cool. It's like it's like that fucking Mossberg 464. That thing is disgusting, and I hate looking at it. But
this is not as disgusting. It's got nice clean lines.
It makes me happy simply because it makes Fuds angry.
This will make Fuds happy.
I really don't think so. It's got a collapsible stock and it's black, so they won't like it.
No, the ammo will make them happy.
Oh yeah, maybe. This ammo thing, this is fucking cool. Winchester, for whatever reason, decided that they wanted to do classic loadings of classic calibers from World War II. So we're gonna get 30 caliber ball M2 for your Garand, 30 caliber carbon N1 ammo. This is the one that I care about. 12 gauge brass buckshot.
Brass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And I don't care how much the box is. I'm gonna buy it just because it's pretty and I want a brass shell. And then they're gonna do 45 1911 ball ammo, and that's gonna be fun. What else? Top post of the week. We got a couple of Canadian versions of the SAW, the C9s.
CanadaGuns.
Yeah, apparently the people that do have it, that do play with these, like the long version. Apparently the short version is a pile of shit and it jams a lot. So, mileage might vary, I guess.
Or something. Yeah.
Apparently they're literally the exact same gun. They just swap out the barrel and it's literally the same gun. But I guess the barrel.
Well, the extra, like you think of the bullet like going down the barrel past that gas port there, and it's powering that gas port as it's going the whole way down. So that short barrel one does not have much barrel past the gas port.
Yeah. We have black guns in Saskatchewan. I like that. I like the little red dot on their shotgun because I've done that once or twice with a shotgun and it's always fun, but I always end up thinking, hey, look, some asshole made a post.
Oh, yeah. Don't look at that. That's crap.
Fucking dick. I hate it when dicks make posts like that.
Yeah.
Just dicks posting shitty shit.
Yeah.
Then we got the legislation stuff. Then we have the ammo stuff. And then somebody started a bunch of these family photos.
Yeah.
And that's always fun to watch. That's a nice category.
Mine always change. Like week to week. They're not really family so much as they're foster children.
Yeah. This was cool. I was there when that lighting guy took pictures of this. This is the 5th Artillery Regiment Museum in Victoria here in BC. And there's some really cool shit in there, man. There was some really cool shit in there. They had a bunch of iterations of Lee Enfields. They had a Ross rifle. This is the long. By the way, in case if you didn't know, the SMLE stands for short magazine Lee Enfield. These are the long magazine Lee Enfields, and those things are long. Yeah, there's a Ross rifle.
Magazine looks about the same to me.
The magazine's similar. There's a Ross rifle down there that was really cool.
Go
through that album.
Going nowhere.
There's tons of pictures. You might even catch a glimpse of me in the reflection somewhere.
You went through there with them?
Yeah, I was there when you took the pictures. They had a scope most in the Gaunt, and they had a captured AK from Afghanistan, and the thing looks like a captured AK.
Did they have a PPSH with a geotech zip tied to it?
Yeah, I wish. They had a bunch of German guns too.
I got a nice foul just on that previous picture. I want a foul.
Actually, that was an L1A something.
L1A1, which is the foul.
Yeah, the Canadian foul.
Yeah.
Oh, they had so many fucking cool pistols too. They had a bunch of World War II. They had a fucking. There's your master. Look at that.
Is that a
Yeah.
C96 or is that a 712?
No, there it is.
Because so a C96 will have like a flat bottom, and the M712, I believe all of them had a detachable magazine.
No, this is a C96.
The Schnellfire would have had a detachable 20 rounder, yeah.
Yeah, this one's a C90. This one was a C96, and they had a bunch of Lugers and a bunch of fucking Brownings and
Cool.
all the old guns. They had so many old guns. Oh yeah, they even had a fucking SVT. Yeah, they had an SVT in there, just cause. Oh wait a minute, I kind of want to get to that. Oh yeah, there she is.
Do you know how heavy one of those things is?
I do. It's heavy. A bunch of more of those pictures of a dude. More of those old fuddy rifles. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of Martini Henrys.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of them. More of the machine. Oh wait. There's a glimpse of one of the good ones down there. Look at that.
MG42.
Yeah, and you're not gonna believe what the big one here on the side is.
That is a fuck. What was it called?
It's in Battlefield. It's in Battlefield.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Lewis gun?
No, they have a Lewis gun.
What was the other one?
This is an MG08.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they do have a Lewis gun. It's in here somewhere. Nope. More Martini Henrys, more of the revolvers, more of that one. God damn it! Get to the fucking Lewis gun. More of that. Oh, there's the AK. Yeah, it was in pretty rough condition, but I bet it still works.
Unless they had to fucking plug it.
No, according to the curator, all of these are either fully functional or he has the parts in the back to make them functional.
Captured by 16th Scottish.
Yeah. More of the dudes. God damn it, where the fuck is the Lewis gun? Oh, hey, look at that. PPSH. And Sterling. Oh, yeah. Fuck you. Where the hell is the Lewis gun? Oh, there's another one. Hey, they had a Tommy gun. Oh, they had a Bren gun. And there's the front of the Lewis gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's enough of that. Is there anything else? Because we only got half to that. Actually, that's it, actually.
Yeah. Cool. I guess we're done.
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on a second. I think that's weird. We're not live anymore.
It says live for me.
It says live for me.
Oh no, as in like the feed was like slow. I was reading the messages back and it said that the feed was being slow. Okay. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Is anybody else has got anything else they'd like to mention before we are done for the next 2 weeks?
No.
Chris? No?
Nope.
Spay your dogs and cats.
Smart.
Spay and neuter your dogs and cats.
Smart advice. Very smart advice.
Bob Barker.
All right.
See you next time on The Price is Right.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye. That's a good goodbye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.